have a fucking zit. Look at it. I don't want to burst it because it hurts, you know.
Like Alicia, still he told his ex-bitch, bye Felicia. Hit Joye and ship you a couple kicks.
But, yeah. Let's get down to this. I've got 2 topics to discuss. Feeling pressured feeling pressured with marriage, especially with family members, and because you're reaching a certain age and all this, and we've got kids, but that's going to be another video. Let's just address this one first, which is going to be the marriage one. And especially being African, I can definitely relate to that. I don't get it so much anymore, obvious reasons, but definitely every time you're around certain people, where's your girlfriend, where's your girlfriend, if you're in a relationship, oh, when are you getting married, when are you getting married, oh, when's the child, always, there's so much pressure within African culture, especially with it's to do with education. It's the 2 main things, probably education and marriage and kids, the main 3. I mean, you just can't live and just let things happen when they happen, and then if people can perceive you that you're a certain way or there's something wrong with you if you're a woman and you're past a certain age and you haven't had a husband or you're not married. And I think it even happens in Indian culture as well, with Indians as well, like the same thing. And what I would say, if you're in that position, like I was many a times, you just get to a point where it's like, you know what, fuck it. If that's what your family think, then that's what they think. Like, there's nothing you can do about... You can't force yourself to marry someone. When everything goes wrong and things don't go how they're meant to, no one's going to be there to picking up the pieces. And divorce is something serious. It's not something that is for everyone, you know. Like, that could be a traumatic experience in itself for a lot of people. And your family wouldn't always be there going through that as well. So I just think it's really it's out of order to put that pressure on people, because as individuals and as women, you all have pressures anyway. Men get it, but not as much as women. Women get it because, like, oh my god, you're reaching a certain age, you need to have kids, you have to have kids, you have to dinner. Not everything is by the book. And I don't think a lot of people are fair when they think about stuff like that, especially in this day and age. Bloody hell, it's hard to find someone sincere and find someone that is just genuine, and just to find people like that nowadays is so hard. So you already would have enough pressure on yourself, let alone the pressure from your parents, and how to deal with that. I would say just, they're gonna talk, you either grow some balls and just shut them up. You are an adult. So within your own time, things will happen. If they can't understand that, then that's their own business. It's not for them to understand, because if you rush yourself and you get yourself into a bad situation, like I said, no one's going to be there for that. Then people want to be turning the cheek and you should have seen that, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. But when you was adding the pressure of getting into a relationship and adding the pressure of having a child and stuff, where was the premature thinking about that, you know? Sometimes they don't just appreciate the little things, you know. And that's what you need to appreciate in yourself. Don't allow pressure of life pressures to ever make you feel any less of a person because you are not married or because you haven't got kids. Because, I mean, those are things, serious things, you know. I mean, you could, when you get into a relationship, you might just want to enjoy your relationship, especially if you're someone that hasn't been in a relationship for a long time, you've been single for a long time, or you've been let down for a long time. The last thing you're going to want to jump into straight away is marriage. You might want to enjoy your relationship for a couple of years, and does that make you wrong? No. You might want to be engaged and be married later. You might not even want to be married, but that's no one's business. You're an adult, you can decide what you want for yourself. So things happen when they're meant to happen, and don't allow pressure from family members or society or anyone else, and even the pressures you put on yourself, to make you feel like you're failing in some way just because that aspect of your life isn't going the way that maybe you thought it would be by a certain point, or going by what your parents or what people think, especially if you have friends around you that are all engaged and all in having, they have their little families together and they're happy, and you're the single one. There's nothing wrong with that, because you don't know what goes on behind people's closed doors. always used to be that person, you know. Always. People used to, like, everyone around me has always been in relationships, and I've always been the single one. And now I feel like it's the opposite now. Appreciate your journey of just being single and just doing you and having that freedom and date a lot and have fun, you know. And when that time comes, it will come. It's not for anyone to decide that it's your time now, or you're less of a person because you haven't got with this person, or because you haven't been married yet, or you haven't. Please, Jesus. People like pushing things on people when they never even had that process for themselves. And it's really annoying when you have pushy people, and especially friends, when you are in little things and they're already piling on, you get married or is there kids? Because friends do it as well, you know. Like, sometimes just let people live. Let people just enjoy, you know. You see someone, then you know they're happy. That's it. If you're going to ask now and again how their partner is, fantastic. But don't keep pushing added pressure, because sometimes that creates, people don't know, that creates unnecessary thoughts in your head that you never even had before. Something that wouldn't have been in your head before will start to now have thoughts, and that will start to have added pressure and weaken and start making doubts in a relationship and problems in a relationship that did need to be there just because of other people's inputs. So you need to learn just to block out things. When you're in something, just enjoy it. Forget about what people say. Make sure you try it early, because if you don't and you listen to what people are saying and you harbour that within you, it will come out and it will literally put added pressure on something that is new, or just a relationship that has no problems. It will just start creating unnecessary things. When things will happen, you know. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't happen at time, but it's okay. Sometimes you just need to ride the wave, and it might take years before you even get to that point with your partner. You might end up having kids and be married after. Like, life doesn't happen to plan, but whether you're single or not, don't allow pressures from people or family members to ever make you feel anything, because we put enough on ourselves as human beings. Like, forget about what everyone else thinks. This is a life you need to live for yourself. Live your life. Better yourself, enjoy yourself, embrace yourself, travel. You know, if you're single, take advantage of being single. Go to places you've never been before. Like, you can go to city, little breaks for a weekend for so cheap. Just be random and enjoy it, embrace it. That's the whole thing. Like, when I was single, I never embraced it like that. I embraced it in other ways, like going clubbing, but I wish I would have embraced it more, like traveling and doing things. Like, sometimes it's just really good to just get in that self, and it's just good to go new places and open up yourself to new things, because that could be a potential place where you can meet someone. When you put pressure on yourself, it starts to put out weak and desperate energy, and that's the type of idiots that you attract, that will come and start mucking around with you left, right and centre. Then you'll be like, why me? It's because you putting that pressure on yourself, why me, and putting that doubt within yourself is already harvesting that around you as negative energy, as weak energy, as desperate energy, because that's exactly what I used to do. When you put pressure on yourself, it shows. When you just go out and you're just random and you're just living, you're like, oh my god, it's a blue sky today. And when you live like that, it's just, you'd be surprised how different and the type of people that you start to attract, because your energy is that type of energy, you know? So it's important, very important, not to allow other people's influences or what's going on in other people's lives, or how other people think, or including family or not, blood or not, there's still other people. Like, it is what it is. Because they can make you feel bad, especially family, make you feel bad if you're not in a certain place, or make you feel ashamed, or make you feel like there's something wrong with you. I had these feelings all before, and I got over it because I just started to not care. It's like my life. It literally is my life. When you start experiencing hurt, you start experiencing people mistreating you and stuff. None of those people are there because you can't talk to them, but it's easy putting pressure on you. Nah. Live your life for yourself and fuck what anyone else says. Like I say in literally all the videos now. Jesus, like I should put it as a motto, innit? That's gonna be the outro of every video now. Fuck you. everyone else and live for yourself.
I'm where the ghosts go.